Hey Marley, all's good. Yeah, so far so good. I went to go shopping with grocery shopping with my mom. My dad's okay. Uh, and now I'm here, just waiting to just doing some laundry. I'm like you today. I got the dryer in the background going on, and it's a nice day today. Fine, but I gotta leave here in like an hour and a half to go get my nephew from school and gotta go do some. Gotta pick up some more groceries from another place, and then my mom. She tried to get like a mop today. You know, there's mops that have like the wooden stick. She wants one of those, and the place that we went to didn't have it, so I gotta go find one for her because the metal one goes rusty after a while. So she doesn't want to put it inside her house. She wants to leave it outside. And I'm like, well, that's why it gets rusty, dude. Because you leave it outside. Not supposed to leave it outside. She, I don't care. I don't care. I'm like, yeah, yeah. I know you don't fucking care. But yeah, mom's okay, dad's okay. They never listen. They never do listen. Even 20 years ago, they were the same fucking people they are today. Pain in the ass, ignorant as shit, and stubborn. But they're all right. My dad still has a little bit of pain. He's not really walking that great, but he says the walker that I got him is much better now. And my mom says she rubbed it in my sibling's face that I went to go and got my dad a walker and gave it to him because nobody else gave a fuck about him. And my mom said my older sister didn't even care. Today is her birthday, but I won't say happy birthday to that bitch. That's like talking to the devil, literally. And you know me, I don't do devilish things like some people, you know. Yeah, hope you're having a good day. Hope work is good. I just went to the post office to go get a package for my sister. I went on my nephew's motorcycle to try it out. That thing is like too slow. I told my sister we're gonna have to go get that bike checked out. Diamond's here underneath me here. Right, baby? What's the matter? It's that piece of bacon. Oh, good. Yeah, that's right. Today is tax day, right? Yeah. today in Bermuda is payroll tax due today, but I paid like last week. I never wait to the last minute, but a lot of people do. They don't care. So today is the last day, so now you're gonna be free. Now you can go live tonight and celebrate. I'm sure a lot more people will probably spend money now because they feel like they got money back, or you know their taxes was not as much as they thought or whatever. I know this one chick. She said she paid a lot of money in taxes. And I'm like, dang, fuck that shit. Thank God we ain't got that shit here. It's all included in our. That's why it's so expensive here, because that shit's all included. And the only thing we pay tax on is if you have a business. Like me, I pay payroll tax. That's the only tax I pay is payroll tax. And it's only me, so I ain't gotta pay a lot of payroll anyway, because I don't have a bunch of guys working for me. Thank God. I don't want nobody working with me anyway. They fucking irritate. I'm trying to think of a grocery list because I went grocery shopping today with my mom. I got a few things, but I always forget shit. I gotta make sure I get a decent amount of groceries because it's a holiday weekend this week. All the stores are going to be closed on Friday and Sunday, and some people are closed Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because it's a religious weekend. Here in Bermuda, everybody takes that serious, so a lot of people will be closed on a Saturday. So I gotta make sure I have everything I need. Can't eat meat on Friday. If you're Catholic, you're supposed to eat fish and things like that. Yeah, for Easter. Good Friday is a holiday, and Sunday, but a lot of people take the whole weekend off. So we shall see. But I'm still trying to think of shit that I need. I'm always thinking of something that I need, something I need to get. I'm always thinking of like, what else do I need? What else do I need? What else do I need? I'm like, oh yeah, I got that. Okay, I got this. Okay, I got that. All right, get that. I'm always trying to like figure out whatever else I need. I'm thinking of stuff and writing it down, but a lot of things I need is like, it depends whether I need it today or the next day or the next. Always. That's me, definitely. I'll leave the store and I'm like, fuck, I forgot that. Or fuck, I forgot this. But damn it, shit, I should have got that. I'm always forgetting shit. That's why I write it down. And then when I write it down, I'll forget about something else and I'll be like, oh shit, that weren't on my list. But I get home and I'm like, oh no, I forgot that. Oh well, fuck it. There's always something, man. But I know that this weekend a lot of things are going to be closed. So the grocery store is going to be open on Saturday. So that's good. But I always like making sure that I have everything I need. gonna have fish on Friday. We're gonna make fish cakes. My mom's already got everything she needs for the fish cakes, so we're gonna have fish cakes, and my mom's gonna make like Portuguese sweet bread. So this weekend we're probably gonna gain 10 pounds each. Hey João, how you doing? You alright? So yeah, there's always something, you know. All's good. Not too bon. Yeah, my mom always makes fish cakes and sweet bread. And we ended up eating that. She's gonna make like these red wine vinegar onions. Like she gets red wine vinegar and pours it in a mason jar and cuts up all these onions. And the onions taste all vinegary and nice. So when you put it with like fish, it tastes really good. So yeah, there's always some. She's gonna be busy this week. I just came from the grocery store and her card weren't working. The PIN number wouldn't work. So then I told my friend at the cash register, I said I want to do it manually to see if it'll work. So we typed it all out manually and it went through. It said approved. And she was like, "Oh, thank God. I have money in my account. Don't tell me I had this thing. Don't tell me I have money." I was fucking dying. Everybody was laughing at me and my mom. So I was like, "Mom, you ain't got no money in here. Don't tell me that." She was all paranoid. "Don't tell me I don't have money in my account. I have money." I was like, "Mom, if it doesn't go through, I'm gonna have to pay for the groceries you owe me." She goes, "I have cash. I have cash." So all my friends are there. They're laughing like shit. My dryer's finished. Turn that off, or else that's gonna make a whole pile of noise. What was wrong? Huh? Wrong? Maybe. Let me see. I don't know. 20 years, maybe. I'm 48, so maybe like when I was like 28, 29. That's when I started. Around that time. But I've been doing a lot. I've been doing it a lot on here, like for the past 6 years. I've had this channel for 6 years, wrong. So I've been doing it a lot on here. But some people want it, some people don't. And sometimes it just happens, you know? Yeah, sometimes, you know? Sometimes people don't like it, people can't handle it, you know? Yeah, same here. Mhm. Same here. I didn't want to do it. I never wanted to do mediumship, but I did it because, people needed it. People needed me to do it. But it doesn't work for everybody, and not too many. If spirit don't really care about you like that, they're not gonna come through. Hey Ann, how you doing, sweetie? You good? Yeah, yeah, Jerome. I know a lot of this happens to me too. You know. Yeah, you gotta get some holy water, agua bant. Get some holy water, Joe. Get some holy water from the church. Bless yourself. Put some on your, sprinkle some on your bed, and ask Spirit to help you. That's the best thing. You know, Benz? Yeah, I understand. You know why? Ulu shit. Full moon. That's why. Full moon, Aries energy. Yeah. Sometimes it takes longer than that. Yeah. You know, you can tell spirit to like you can turn off the energies, you know what I mean? You can turn it all off. Sure. You can just tell spirit, look, leave me alone. I don't need you to like aggravate me. Please don't aggravate me while I'm sleeping. Please don't aggravate me. You know, just leave me alone. I'll call upon you when I need you. You know, thank you for everything. You got to do all that shit. Yeah, if you did, you know, if you do those type of things, you'll be fine. Cause that's the biggest problem. I just told you, you gotta tell spirit. You know, just go in your room, bless yourself with holy water, and just tell spirit, look, you need to leave me alone. I can't handle like you guys pressuring me or getting in my way or getting in my head and doing shit to me. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's too much intensity, then just, you know, you got to tell them, like, leave you alone. That's what I do. When I went to visit my dad at the hospital all week, I told them, leave me alone. Because when I first got there, I got so overwhelmed. I had to take off my hat. I was all sweating. I was like, my mom's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I just need a minute. I don't like being in here. So then I just took myself to the side and I was like, look, guys, leave me alone, please. I'm here to see my dad. I can't let them see me like, get into this shit. So once I did that, they left me alone. And every time I went to the hospital, I never felt bad again. You have to like be very strict with them. You got to tell them, look, don't fucking bother me right now. Don't you can control what spirit does to you, or it's how how spirit wants to give you things. You just have to control it. You have to tell them, look, leave me alone. I can't do this right now. Just like, you know, you have to talk to them. Just say it out loud. Don't be like sitting there and be like, tell them, hey, look, leave me alone. Yeah. Yeah. But you can. You can tell them. You got to keep telling them every day, look, I don't want you guys to bother me. And if it becomes too overwhelming, you just got to get some holy water and like bless yourself and bless your whole area. Yeah. Well, the only way you're gonna solve the problem is do what I tell you. You gotta get some holy water, and you gotta take the energy out of there. Yeah, I know. I was the same way. Yeah, it's gonna be days where it's gonna be worse than others. It's always gonna be like that. Vapshka, água bem. Na igreja, não estão em igreja e partem. Yeah, vá pra igreja. Qual que a igreja tem aquela coisa, a gente vai para lá, vai buscar uma garrafa assim de água, right? Vazia. E mesmo na igreja eles estão aquele fonte. Mata ali dentro, bom, está feito. Não precisa mesmo, porque assim, metade de uma. E dá uns 2 a 3 libras por igreja para levar isso. É só. Não custa nada, João. Yeah. Yeah. And it's good to go, vá para a igreja. Senta lá um bocadinho, faz o nessinho, faz os espíritos para te ajudar, vai buscar o água bente, dá uns 2 a 3 libras, naquela coisa, dá uma oferta à igreja, leva o água bente, vai para casa, pô, está tudo feito. Vais sentir muito mais melhor, João. Vais sentir melhor. Acredita em mim. Faz a mesma coisa. Quando é santo mora, igreja, água bente, chega a casa, faz o que é que precisa fazer e está feito. Já fica muito mais leve. You know what I mean, bro? You listen to Marky. Yeah. Pode ser assim, yeah. Quando Rich estão problemas, a gente também estão. A gente sente as energias. Yep. Quando meu pai estava no hospital, eu sentia as energias dele. Estava morto, estava consumido. Pois, eu fiz aquelas coisas. Yeah, I know. Mas se tu sentes assim, é melhor ir para a igreja agora. Vá para a igreja agora, está uns tempos. Vá agora. Ou vá logo, vá hoje. Água bem, vais ficar melhor. Acredita em mim. Se não fores nada, nada vai acontecer. Meu. Mas, yeah, but deve ter uma igreja, aberta, tá, mas lá 4 horas à frente, não é? Yeah, lá, do onde é que tu estás? Já às 5h30 lá. Pode ir lá. Vais-me então. O meu coisa é afinar a igreja para ver se está aberto para tu pescares o água bem. A igreja mais perto de ti, vai ver se está aberto. Yeah. Yeah, I know. O UK estão igrejas. É o mais perto que tu estás. So, eu penso depois comprar água benta online também. No Amazon, something like that. Maybe então. Mas já é melhor ir para a igreja. Pescar. Já não vai para a igreja, o pó já benzer. Yeah, maybe. Mas não é bom buscar lá, é melhor buscar na igreja. Mas isso é só se tu não pode ir para a igreja. Então veja, pode ir para o Amazon. You're learning that? That's good, see? Then you can come in here and talk Portuguese too. Yeah, yeah, João. I know. O igreja é meu. Se vais para a igreja, vai ser muito melhor para ti. All right. Yeah, look, I'm gonna tell you in English about the cards, all right? So as far as what's going on with her, what I see is like she's still restrained from doing what she has to do. Now, wherever she lives, right? If she's living, for instance, if she's living like by herself, then I would say that she's like hiding her emotions and she's like trying to use her common sense to deal with what she has to deal with, right? But wherever she's living right now, she needs to get away from where she is because it's not worthwhile staying where she is. She's not very happy with how things are going. Um, it looks like there's like maybe her boss. She's dealing with her boss, or like if her boss is a man, then he's like very considerate and helpful and trying to help her with work or work situations. But there's still she still thinks about a lot of things and thinking about you because I got you here as well. But like she's wondering what you're doing as well, like we always discuss. But wherever what's bothering her right now, personally, is like still being held back from doing what she wants. And also, right? Because the place that she's in right now is not, she needs to get out of there. Yeah. So wherever she lives, she's having a problem. She's in healthcare support worker. Oh, okay. But there is a man like helping her, but I think this man is like a businessman, like a doctor or maybe like someone that's her boss. It's nobody that she's in love with or something. It's just like a businessman. It's like a person who is like helping her and stuff and making sure that she maybe they're trying to get maybe this guy's trying to get her a place, you know? So but she's still very I see her like dealing with books and looking at paperwork, but every time she goes home, she says, I gotta get out of here. Like, this place is like a shithole to me. I can't live here no more. I need to make a change. I need to get out of here because every time I come home, I see the old ways, the past. I see this, I see that, you know? So that's what's going on with her personally because you told me to check what was going on in her life without you. So even though you asked me that, it still shows me that she's thinking about you and wondering like what you're doing. But at the same time, the only person that's helping her is her boss. Yeah, exactly. So her boss is like helping her. He's a nice person, but her personally, she's looking like spirit shows me her looking through the pages of a book or a newspaper to trying to find an apartment or trying to find somewhere to live. Like she's constantly looking at papers and constantly looking at books or things like that to find where I don't know how like it is out there, but usually people look like in the newspaper for an apartment or they look at paperwork or online. So it looks like she still feels trapped and restrained from doing what she wants to do because she needs to get out of that place that she's in. Until she gets out of that place that she's in, it's not going to change for her. So right now, she's trying her best, and her boss is trying to help her get another place. But right now she's trying to like hide her emotions, hide her feelings from everybody and not let everybody know that she's like mad and she's like upset and she's going through problems. Like if she's the type of person that doesn't like to bother people or ask people for things, then that's how she still feels right now. So she's not making any worthwhile changes here, but you know, and she's not very happy. Like she doesn't have nobody helping her. So she's kind of like upset. But her boss is helping her though. She might also be thinking that, maybe I should talk to João and see if he can help me or let me stay with him. But she's not gonna like it's weird because she doesn't know what to do. Like she wants your help, but she doesn't know how she's gonna ask you or if you're gonna respond to her. So but her boss is helping her though. Looks like her boss is trying to find her a place. Obviously they work together, so maybe he's trying to help her. But at work, she's okay, but when she comes home, that's it. She starts to think about all the past and all the bullshit. I told you that already. It's because she's thinking about you. It showed up in the cards. When people think of each other, that's why that happens. That's a normal thing. That's a normal thing in life. If I think about somebody, they're gonna think about they're thinking about me. That's and you have something in common. So you're also trying to find another place to live. Maybe she's gonna contact you and say, "Hey, have you had any luck finding another place? Because I need to get out of here too." So maybe that's how she might start the conversation in the future. Yeah, it happens whenever. Because remember, when we are laying down in our bed, our bodies are completely, you know, in a conscious state of mind. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like our bodies are relaxed pretty much. So we're gonna sit there and have time to think about everybody else, and everything else is gonna come towards us. It just happens because people are thinking about you. Once you have a connection with somebody, right? That person thinks about you, you're gonna think about them. It's like a teleporting, you know, energy. She might go to bed early, but that doesn't matter. She's still gonna wake up during the day or dream about you or think about you, you thinking about her. So the energies are being exchanged, you know? Yeah. That's a normal thing, man. That's always gonna happen. Always. That happens to everybody. I'm sure there's not one person you ain't talked to in your life that says, I think about this person, I think about that person. Yeah. Dan, yeah, I know you guys have a connection. Long as Ann doesn't bring no damn aliens around here, then we're good. Because they be following her everywhere and shit. I know, Ann. See, you already bring them. See, I knew it. Yeah. Well, if she told you that, João, then that's like an answer, you know? She could be, sometimes, right? When you do, even when you do have, sometimes a woman and a man, when they have a connection with each other, it scares them sometimes. So she might be scared that she has a connection with you, right? And she's finally realizing that there is something there, and She knows there's a connection, but it scares her because she doesn't want to get herself into another relationship that's going to fail because of her previous relationship. When a woman has a bad abusive relationship or any type of bad relationship, and it's a man, woman, it doesn't matter. The next relationship, and they start to feel love, they start to feel a connection, they get scared. A lot of people get scared because they're like, oh fuck, I'm starting to fall for this person. Let me hold back because I don't want to get myself in another bad situation. It happens to me all the time. I can connect with most people, but sometimes the woman gets scared. They're like, yeah, this guy's crazy. Let me get out of here. Oh yeah, this guy's too nice, or he's too serious, or he's too good. I can't be around this guy. They just It's just people in general. Some people can't handle the energy. And then when you're not around, they think about it and say, you know what? Now that I think about it, this person wasn't that bad. Maybe it was me. Maybe I wasn't ready, or maybe there was a connection, but I wasn't ready. See, that's too soon. That's way too soon to have feelings for somebody else. You see what I mean, Joel? Like how is somebody supposed to like turn off their feelings even if it was bad? How are they supposed to turn everything off and then be in a relationship right away? It don't work that way. Some people can disconnect and go to somebody right away. Like me, I can do it, but that's just me because once I'm done with you, I disconnect my whole energy and I don't really give a shit about you no more. And my love for somebody can diminish in seconds. It's not a problem. But other people, they need time, because they're not used to that type of thing. Right. But see, the way you're explaining it is that she's off and on and like doesn't know what she wants to do. You see what I'm saying? Because one minute you're together, the next minute she says that she doesn't feel a connection, and then she just like disappears and negotiates you because she needs time. She don't feel connected because she don't connect with her own self. How is she supposed to connect with you if she can't connect with herself and her own life is messed up? When you come off a relationship, that's a no-no. You're never supposed to like really worry too much about somebody like that. That's a long time. But I always tell people no answer is an answer, and sometimes you have to wait. You have to wait for a while before somebody like really can gather their thoughts and gather their self. And if you have people around you that are in your ear every day, oh, don't worry about João, don't worry about them, just do your life, don't leave them alone, they're not worth it. When you have those people nagging at you all day, you start to believe these fucking idiots. And then you're sitting there contemplating your life because of everybody else. But because she went through a bad relationship, that shit's gonna take a while. For it's gonna take as long as she wants it to be. Right. See, that's people's way of saying, I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm gonna work all day and all night and get away from everything. That's a sign of a person that still hasn't healed. That's a person who doesn't know what they want to do yet. And you don't want to be around somebody like that because then it's going to cause more problems for you in the long run. Because you're going to be constantly feeling like you're not getting nowhere with her because she's not opening up herself to love. Yeah. The problem is you also have to understand that that person can change their mind any day. Yeah. Everybody can change their mind every day. So nothing that happens, every reading you get, every analysis you get, it can always get changed the next day or the next day, and it can, and the person can be like, I can't. I just don't want to do it. Yeah. Well, she sounds like she's still going through a lot of bullshit. So I think she's trying to get a new place. That's what she wants to do. She wants to get a new place, and I think that maybe after she does that, she'll probably feel a bit different. But some people just disconnect from somebody because they can't handle it, or they just don't want to be around that person. Yeah, sooner or later. Sometimes, you can't go by the time frames either because people change their minds and people just have different lives. And whatever's meant to be is meant to be. Yeah. I told everybody a story on here a while ago that I started to like be cool with this chick. I saw her like every other day or every day. We started getting close, and then as soon as we got close, she backed off and acted like she didn't even know me. So I said, okay, cool. I'm not gonna go after her or ask her what happened. I don't really give a shit. All we are is friends. And then when I started to ignore her or I see her and I didn't come up to her and speak to her, she started coming back around to act like we were cool. I'm like, no, no. You want to stay that way, you're gonna stay that way. Like, don't come around me and fuck with my emotions. Hell no. And then out of the blue, when I would text her, she would never respond. And then when our birthdays came up, she would respond or say thank you or something like that. Because I'm not an idiot like that. I still speak, and be, cool about things and show her like, I'm not, I don't feel like any type of way towards it because you're not my girl. You're just my friend. But even still, like, some people are weird because they've been through a lot of trauma in life, or they've been through a bad relationship or a bad marriage, or like they just had bad luck in relationships. Sometimes people take a long time to come back around to make sure that they're ready. And everything has to be ready and lined up for them to be ready. So sometimes it takes forever. It's hard, man. A lot of people, sometimes you're ready, but the other person isn't. Yeah. Well, some people can't. Some people, it's like, some people can't find another place, or it's too expensive, or it might be not the type of place that they want. Or maybe like they just say, maybe it's me and I shouldn't move, or maybe it's gonna be too much bullshit for me to move now, That's what happens, man. Some people, they just, life changes for people in different ways. And if you're not meant to go nowhere, you're not meant to go nowhere. Spirit's gonna try and hold you there or do something to make you happier, or you know, your home has to be a priority in life of where you want to live. It's gotta be a good place. But and I'm sure you're the type of person that will help her out, and she probably knows that, but she'd rather probably, I think that she's a person that rather would do it on her own. What's her sign? You know? Yeah. The cards say that she will, but whether or not she does it, that's yet to be determined. That's something that's never guaranteed. But it says, that it says that she will. She's a Virgo. Oh boy. That's the same day as my nephew. My nephew's birthday is the same day. Very picky people. Virgo rotten, yeah. See? Virgo people, they're very picky on who they want. They got to make sure it's the right person. And if you're not the right person, they're not going to deal with you no more. They'll entertain you. They'll be like, okay, yeah, what you want, blah, blah, blah. And usually what they want, they can't get. Very picky. Hey, Ali. Yeah, it's actually a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day, but I took the day off today to help my mom and my dad because my dad's still not 100%, but I had to take my mom. My dad can't drive yet, and I don't want him to drive no time soon because he needs to get better. So I went to take my mom to the grocery store. Then in about a couple minutes, I gotta go pick up my nephew from school. He's all right. He's cool. He's a lot better than he was. He's been eating very well, which is great. My mom's really happy that he's eating a lot because he lost a lot of weight. He lost like 30 pounds. All right, Juan, take care, bro. Go get that holy water, man. Go check it out, please, because it'll help you. That's like my best remedy for people is go get holy water and bless yourself and bless your home. You know what I'm saying? And just ask spirit to help you and not bother you. You're welcome, bro. Yeah, my dad, his feet are still kind of swollen and he's got like knee pain because he's been walking a lot more. So every time he walks, he gets pain because he's been laying up in the hospital for a week, right? Says, he's 81. He can't like get better in a day. See, my dad thinks that he's gonna get healed with pills. And I told him, I said, you gotta walk around, you gotta move, you gotta get your joints of your body moving, like. But he's such a pain in the ass, he don't listen. Yesterday I bought him a walker and he's been using the walker and my mom said he's really happy to have it because now he doesn't see at their house there's like a level and then it steps down to another level, and for him to go to his original bathroom he would have to step down, which is harder for him. So when he's in the living room, the bathroom's like right there. It's like basically 10 feet. So I told him, I said, stop going to that bathroom. Now that you have the walker, you can walk into the other bathroom and the door is bigger. So you can go in the bathroom with the walker, sit down on the toilet, put yourself back up. And he goes, yeah, yeah, you're right. I said, duh. He's such a nuisance. And my mom like tells him, look, do this, do that. He just doesn't give a fuck. He's so stubborn, it's unreal. But he's starting to pay attention more and more. He's starting to do what we're telling him, but he just thinks that it's his way or no way. Stubborn Libra. But otherwise, that I went to see him. I saw him twice today, this morning, and my mom said he ate some eggs and this morning and some toast, and he ate it all. And he ate his cup of tea. I mean, he drank his cup of tea, and then my mom was making him soup when I left. So my mom says he's eaten everything. He hasn't left anything behind. He needs to build up his his weight again so he could feel better. Because he didn't really eat too much this past 3 weeks. So the good thing is he's eating better and he's got the walker now so he can walk around comfortable. instead of being on a cane. Because when we left the hospital, he goes, "Oh, I don't want that walker. I don't need that shit. I can use the cane." Then when he started using the cane for like 2 hours, he was like, "Oh yeah, this is a big mistake. I need a walker." I wanted to take the cane and smack it upside his fucking head and tell him, "You never fucking listen, do you?" So then I had to drop him off, go back to the city, go to this place, find it, find the place. Thank God it's a place that I already knew existed. So I went there, bought the walker, bring it back home. I've been driving around like a fucking maniac all week. So if I don't take care of them, nobody else is. Because everybody has a job, see, and I work for myself. So because I work for myself and I'm a millionaire, I can just go around doing everything and not make no, not wait. I can waste my own money on everybody, and everybody just thinks I'm a fucking millionaire. Everybody thinks I'm Donald Trump Jr. I got millions of fucking dollars and I don't need to work. But it's all good. As long as my parents are okay, that's all that matters to me. I don't care about nothing else. My mom's okay. My dad's okay. I took my mom grocery shopping. I sorted out her bank card because she tried to take money out of the machine, but it wouldn't work. And I tried it, and then it says your pin number has exceeded maximum tries. And I'm like, my mom probably has the wrong pin. I don't even know. So then I went in when she got her groceries. She wanted to pay with cash, and I said, "Well, let's try your card." And then my friend that works there, she did it manually, and when we did it manually, it worked no one time. So I was like, "See, mom, it's not it's the ATM machine is messed up the pin." And then when I told my friend, she says a lot of people have come in here and complained that the machine is not giving money because of the pin number. So it's got a pin number malfunction, but it worked in the shop no problem. So she paid the groceries with her debit card. And I told my friend, look, if my mom comes here one day, just hook her up and do this for her, please. She's like, okay, Mark, no problem. Okay, mom, I got you. Because I know a lot of people, so like, I tell them, look, this is my mom. Help them out if I'm not here. Like, they're good people. They're my friends. So the grocery store I go to is like in my old neighborhood. So everything's working out. God's taking care of them, taking care of me. So I don't have much to complain about. It's life. I'm tired from driving all over the place, up and down, and then I just took my nephew's motorcycle for a ride, and the motorcycle's not doesn't feel that great. There's something wrong with like the throttle. Um, the less throttle you give, the better, and the more throttle you give, it gets worse. So there's something wrong with it. So I'm gonna have to go in a little while. I'm gonna go talk to the mechanic guy. I know who the guy is, so I'm gonna go talk to him and tell him, look, you guys either come get the bike, or I'm gonna bring it down here and let me know when I can bring it. The bike's like brand new. Shut up, damn bird. The birds are calling for you. Dan, Ann. My dog just woke up. See, Diamond, that naughty birdie loves making noise, doesn't he? Too bad you can't jump and bite his ass and fucking eat him. Yeah, and shit all over my van. I got two big shits on my van. Those fuckers. They're chasing each other. I can see them. They're flying around chasing each other and shit. There's kiskadee, there's bastards. I fucking hate those birds. They're just flying around chasing each other. They ain't got nothing else better to do. I swear they must have. I tell people they have an Apple Watch with a timer, and when my dog eats, they want to go and try and get the leftovers or try and see if there's any food around when she finishes. And they know exactly when she's gonna eat because they're there on the tree waiting. And then my neighbor, he has a dog. He has two dogs and a cat, and they're sitting on there. One's sitting looking my way, and one sits looking the other way. And I'm like, look at these bastards. They're just waiting. What's the matter, baby? Speak of the devil. She's going to her bed now. She was laying on the tile all this time. Now she's like, okay, that tile's too hard. Now I'm gonna go lay on my bed. I wish I can lay down all day and stay in my bed and sleep. This pain in the ass. Oh yeah, I know. We have a lot of crows around here. We have tons of crows. They actually hang out in this big ass tree over here. Like there's like a big tree and they all sit on the tree. And like sometimes they'll all be making off. Sounds like they're saying Mark, Mark, Mark. My friends always tease me or my nephew say, look, the crows are calling you Mark, Mark, Mark. Fuckers. They always tease me. So there's like about maybe 50 crows that they fly around together and they do circles. And you can see all of them. It's like some crazy ritual thing they do. The next thing you know, they all land on this big ass tree and they're just sitting there looking at each other and croaking and making all this fucking noise. And then all of a sudden, they just all fly off together. And they do it like every week here, but it's right before right before sunset. They do it. So it's like maybe between 7 and 8 o'clock. They do it like it was every other day or every week. I actually recorded it one day. I have the video where they all were flying around, making all this noise, and then they all landed on this tree and they just hung out together for like about an hour, and then they all took off. And I was like, these crows are absolutely nuts. But on trash day, every Thursday is trash day here, and people put their trash out the night before or the same morning so the trash truck can take it. And what some of the crows do, they rip open the bags with their beak or in their feet. They rip the bags open and they eat with the leftovers that are in there. They'll walk up to the bag. I've seen them. They'll walk right up to the trash bag. They'll obviously they can smell it and they'll rip the bag open and pull something out like a bone or if you got like spare ribs in your trash can, right? And you just throw the ribs in there, they'll get the ribs and take them out and fly off with them and hold them with their legs and pack on it the rest of the meat. That's why I tell my sister anything with a bun, wrap it up in tinfoil or put it in a plastic bag so they can't smell it. And that way they won't rip open the bag. Even cats and rats, they can smell that shit. So it's, the best thing to do is never leave it exposed in the trash can. Even though it's in a bag, they can still smell it. But if you wrap it up in like tinfoil and shit, that's what I do when I finish. Like when I have a lobster, I'll wrap up the lobster and I'll crunch up the lobster and put it in like some tinfoil. I'll wrap it up so that way it doesn't like it smell that much, and I'll put it in another plastic bag and then I'll put it in the trash bag and then I'll put it outside. But it's a pain in the ass because cats and rats, birds, they'll always smell that trash can. Oh yeah, definitely. I guarantee that. That's why I don't see no rats around here no more. I haven't seen a mouse or a rat any size here for months. It's been months since this year. It's April 15th. From January 1st to April 15th, I haven't seen not one rat around here. Not one. Not in the trees, not on my travels, not in the nowhere, not in the pool. They're all gone. So they could be eating the rats, and there's a lot of cats around here too, and they kill the rats too. But usually the rats will be like in the barbecue, or they'll try and get my dogs like food sometimes. but I haven't seen them. They're all gone. Even when we did the generator um uh 3 weeks ago when we fixed the generator, usually when we open up we see like rat nests or rat shit. Nothing. They're gone. Yeah. When I first moved in here, we had a big rat problem. There was like tons of rats, and I killed at least 60 of them. And I have all the photos to prove it. I got the big boys. I finally got them. And one rat got caught in the trap, and you could hear the trap. He took off with the trap. And I was like, you fucker. I had those big Victor traps, the big ones like that with a big piece of wood on it. And then it comes down on you and smacks you. This rat was so big, he got smacked. And then he's walking off with the trap. And I was like, you fucker, come here. But I know he probably died afterwards, but he didn't die around here. He must have died somewhere else. But the trap got him though. But he was so strong he took off. He was bigger than the damn trap. But there's a few rats that I caught that I killed in the traps. I had to because they were destroying everything. They came in the house. They went inside in a closet and made babies and fucked up all this shit. They destroyed our generator, all the wiring in the generator. They climbed up the roof here, some way, somehow, and went into my AC and ruined my AC. They took all the rubber insulin out of the AC and destroyed it. I turned my AC on one day. What you hear is pop, 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 pop. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I took the ladder, went up there on the roof, and then I opened up the lid, and all you saw was all the rubber pieces everywhere, and the rubber was flapping. And I was like, these bastards. And you could tell they've been in there because they leave like the rat shit in there. You could tell like they've been in there, and it's all eaten up, all the wires. I had to get a new AC because of those fuckers. And we spent $500 to fix the generator. We had to get it all rewired where the motherboard is. Fucking bastards, man. See, I don't like to kill animals, but I don't mind killing rats because rats are like the worst things in the world. They destroy things. So if you're gonna destroy my home and my AC and my generator and cost me thousands of dollars, I'm gonna kill your ass. You know, you're gonna get killed. You're gonna be in a trap, and I'm gonna fucking make sure you die. But I gave them a good funeral. You know, I used to. We have a lot of like trees around here. I would take the rat. I would undo the trap, right, and use it and clean it and use it again, right. I would take the rat and I would bury the rat in the ground because I'm not just gonna throw him in the trees. You know. Yeah. But see, my dad's the same way. He'll take if he sees a rat. My dad will catch rats in the glue trap, and because they were still alive, he'd take the hoe and he'd fucking kill them, and then he'd throw them in the trash. He would torture them in the glue. See, I don't like the glue traps because they're still alive. One time, a bird got stuck in the glue trap, and I had to get some hot water, and I took all the glue off his feet and made sure he didn't peck at me. So I put him in like some hot water, and the glue like came off of his feet, and then he hopped off, and then he flew away. But I had to save a bird from in the glue trap. I was like, you dumb fucker. I was so pissed I had to like find a way to get the poor bird out of there. That's why I stopped using the glue traps. I want the the traps that snap their fucking neck and kill them. But it doesn't bother me seeing them dead. I just undo the trap and then bury them in the ground. At least I gave him a funeral, you know. At least I had decency to put him in the ground. But they do it to themselves, you know. They should not be fucking with people's shit. Like go away. But an old redneck guy, I don't know if I told you this, but an old redneck guy on YouTube, I watched his video on how to catch rats. And he says, y'all need to know something how to catch rats. I got a farm. And he started talking all redneckish. And, I said, this guy, he probably knows what's going on. Because he says a lot of the rats used to attack his chickens and kill the chicks and all that. So he had to find a way to kill the bastards. So what he did is he took a almond. He went to go get a pack of almonds and he took a drill bit and he drilled a hole right in the center of the almond. And then he tied it to the trap. So he says a rat will always go after nuts and almonds. He says, don't put peanut butter and cheese and all that bullshit. He said, you put an almond on there, and he'll snatch that almond every time you'll catch a rat. Because they used to steal the bait, and like the trap would never go off, and I used to get pissed. So then, like on the trap, there's like a little hook. So you bend it. He says, bend it back. You put the actual like hole in the almond, and you fit it on the trap. Right, and that little triangle like point will sink into the almond, and then you take a pair of pliers and you crimp it down. So that way when they put on that almond, they're gonna get killed one time. You know? Yeah, exactly. I don't like that. I don't like the glue traps are annoying. I don't deal with that. I deal with the ones that snap your fucking head off. That's the one I want. So that way they die and I just bury their ass. That's all. I ain't got no time for that shit. But the biggest rat I ever caught in a trap was about that big. He was like probably 18 inches long. And the trap got his whole head. Because I was smart. I drilled a hole in the actual trap. And then I took a piece of metal and I banged it into the ground. So that way when he pulled the trap, it was secure in the ground. The redneck guy, he taught me, he showed how to do it. He's a smart fucker. So that way they don't run off at the trap. So when he went for the almond, I caught him. I caught the big one. So I caught like the mother or the father or whatever. So once you catch the big boy, you ain't gotta worry about them breeding no more. So after that, I never saw no more rats after that. I mean, it's annoying. I don't want to kill animals, but killing rats is like you have to, or else they're gonna destroy your home. I was praying that they would go somewhere else, but they kept coming around. They destroyed the generator, got into the house, went into the trash. They put holes in the trash can. If we had, hey Barb, how you doing? We had a trash can right outside with the trash in it, and they went under the ground like this. They dug a hole. They ate through the trash can to get to the trash bags in the trash can. So we had two black trash cans, and they ate through the plastic to get to the trash. So we were like, yeah, you bastards are costing us too much money. Fuck this shit. And it has to be a big ass rat in order to have teeth to do that. And that's what they did. They literally, I have pictures. They literally made a hole in the plastic Rubbermaid trash can to get to the trash. And we were like, no, no, this shit's got to stop. So that's when I killed at least 60 of those bastards, at least. And I'm talking about big boys, not nothing small. Those rats weren't like this, they were like that. And then the tail was like double. They were huge. I have pictures. My sister would say, fuck, you're gross. I don't know how you have the stomach to see them dead. I say, look, would you rather me let them loose and destroy our home, or you want me to kill these fuckers? So then my neighbor said, look, you got to call the Department of Health and get them to come down here with poison and poison these bastards. Because they were getting into my neighbor's house as well. We all had issues. So then this is about maybe 5 years ago. So then the health department finally came, and thank God I knew the guy. And he was like, hey Mark, what's up? I hear you guys got rat problems. I said, look, all these trees back here, They're all fucked up. Okay, Dan. So he brought like these traps, these actual big black traps, and it had two like doors in it. And when they bit the bait, it'll close the door behind them, and then they would take the rats and dispose of them and kill them. And some of them had like electric shock in there where they would get electrocuted. It's kind of cruel, but those bastards they need to they deserve to die because they do so much damage, man. They just don't they just were ignorant rats. They were out of control, put it that way. So then this guy, another guy came here, right? He caught some in the traps, but it was too many of them. I'm telling you, there was probably at least 100 something rats around here at one point. It was gross. And then he got like this chocolate poison. It actually looked like a chocolate bar. Literally looked like a chocolate bar. And he it had a hole on the top. And he put like a wire through it and tied it to the trees. And all you saw was the wire and the piece of chocolate poison. And then literally the next day it was all gone. And he was like, shit, this guy, and 24 hours later, it was gone. He said all of everywhere he put them on the trees, it was all gone. And he said, there are definitely a lot of rats in here, and they're probably all gonna die now. Because they all ate the poison. And I was like, good. I hope they all fucking croak. So that was 5 years ago, and we haven't seen rats around here since. They're all gone. So we're very happy that they're not around here. Thank God. Because they destroyed a lot of things around here. Too many things they destroyed. And like I said, I don't like to do it, but it has to be done. Because if not, they're gonna destroy your house. Yeah, see that the raccoons, you guys have raccoons and we have the fucking rats. We don't have raccoons here. Thank God. It's bad enough we got big ass rats. There's a video going around in Bermuda, it's viral, of a rat on top of a trash truck, and he made it to like the guy was driving, and the rat was on the actual uh window wiper, and he hit the window wiper, and the rat went flying to the oncoming traffic. It's a video that's going around viral in Bermuda, and the rat was huge. He was the size of the windshield wiper. Like a windshield, average windshield wiper is like 16 to 18 inches. So the rat was like the whole length of that. And when he hit the windshield wipers, he went flying. Hopefully he died, but Lord knows where he is. But it's disgusting. We have too many of them. But the animal control health department section, they've dealt with a lot of them. So if you call them, they'll come deal with it, just like we did. But I did them a favor and got rid of at least 60 of them. I started to count how many I got rid of, and I got to at least 60 altogether. All sizes, all shapes. For at least a month, I killed at least 60 of them. I would be sitting in here, and I would hear the trap go, and I'll be like, oh, I got another one. Yeah. Well, cats are a blessing when it comes to rats, because a cat will go looking for a rat and bring it to the owner's door to say, "Hey, look what I did. I need a reward for killing this rat." I used to have a cat that did that at my mom's. My cat Smokey. My cat Smokey, he used to kill lizards, birds, pigeons, rats. He'll kill anything and he'll bring it on the doorstep. He'll be like there, meow, meow. My mom will come up, ooh, gross, this fucking rat on my. She'd be so pissed. And he'd be like, meowing like shit. I told my mom, praise him. Because if he's killing now rats, praise his ass. He got rid of another one. I never seen a cat like that in my life. That cat was a beast. He used to like catch everything. He caught like big ass lizards. And if he caught a bird, he would eat the bird. And one time my friend came to visit me. He goes, "Hey, your cat's over here on the lawn eating a bird." I said, "Yeah, he likes that organic. He likes that organic bird." We started dying laughing. My mom was like almost crying from laughter. I said, "Yeah." I said, "He likes that organic bird." I love that. I love that cat. I miss him. I wish I had him around here around that time. He would have caught all these damn rats. But my neighbor said that this cat, this gray cat, he saw the cat go up the tree, chase the rat, catch the rat, come down the tree with the rat, and kill him, and had him in his mouth and was walking with him. And I was like, holy shit, type of fucking cat is that? He goes, look, but that cat wanted that rat so bad he went up the tree and got him. And I was like, holy shit, you go get him there. That's what's up. But it's good to have cats around. We have like about 3 or 4 cats around here. And ever since those cats have been around here, they're not mine, but they're like the neighbor's cats. Ever since those cats have been here, I haven't seen one more rat. I haven't seen any. The last time I saw a rat, like I saw a small one inside the pool. He died in the pool because the cat probably chased him in there, right? But I haven't seen a rat since last year. And just a small one. I haven't seen a big one ever since. And they used to like jump through tree to tree, but now I don't hear them anymore. They're probably all gone now. The ACs are fine, the generators are fine. I haven't seen no rats at all, which is a blessing. My trash can is outside and it's not been tampered with. So it's all good. Now my dog used to catch rats too. She used to catch rats. She used to stomp them. One day I saw her like doing like this. I'm like, what the hell is she doing? I went over there, it was a big ass rat she stomped on and caught. That's when she was a lot younger. Yeah, like I said, it was like 5, 6 years ago when we had a big problem. It was like every day we heard those rats. And when we did the renovation, it was worse because it dug up all the territory that they were around. So they were going crazy. They were having a field day. That's what happens. Nature. Anyway, guys, it's 2:22, of course, just because I looked at the time. I gotta get out of here. I gotta pick up my nephew in an hour, but I have to go to the city early and go get my mom a mop and go get some other things, go grocery shopping, and then go pick up my nephew and come home. But I will be on tonight, so in a few more hours I'll be back on. Come see you guys. I gotta make sure I take this list. I'm gonna put it in my pocket right now because if I forget, it's gonna be the end of the world. Make sure I take my phone. 222. Yes, sir. Now it's getting windier and windier, but it's a beautiful day here. Anyway, guys, I'll see you later on. I wish you all a great week. Taco Tuesday, yes. I feel like some tacos tonight too. I actually might have tacos tonight. I think my sister's making meatloaf tonight. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll see you guys later on. Have a blessed day. And just to let you know, my dad's okay. He's home. Mom's okay. I'm okay. Everybody's good. And as you can see, Diamond's okay. She's still, looks like a big piece of bacon. See you guys later. Take care.